Okay, these are 2x6s. They are 82 inches across. Actually, right towards this end only, they're about 83 inches, but then they taper off to 82 inches about right there, and they're 82 inches the whole way. So it would be fine to rebuild this whole thing as 82 inches all the way to the front side right here. These 4x4s are attached with 4 carriage bolts each, mounted from the top. The nuts are down below. Underneath each one, right down there. So you have to unscrew the nut, pop the carriage bolt out from the top, then we can remove these 4x4s. Each of the deck boards is secured with 2 screws through the top at each joist. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 joists. So each deck board has 10 screws through the top. Once we remove these deck boards, since it is 82 inches across, there's about a 9-inch overhang from this last joist out to the edge, and from this last joist out to the edge. We're going to want to add another joist on the end to make sure that there's no cantilever for the new composite decking. Then we will replace all of the deck boards with composite. Approximately every 12 feet, there's a set of double 2x12 beams that go well past the edge, the 82-inch mark on both sides. This is where the joists are hung onto the surface there and onto the surface there. The joists are hung there. So when we add our joist, we will simply hang it onto the end and onto the end, spanning the approximately 12 feet to the next beam. It will be a little tricky. Once we get down here, you'll see that there's some giant nuts, or not giant bolts, exactly where we would want to hang another joist. So we'll have to maybe cut off these the remainder of the bolts. Let me see if I can get in there. So maybe want to cut off the rest of the bolt and then add some blocking in between and above so that we can hang a metal hanger on the blocking. See here, the other ones just have metal hanging right onto that beam. That's the 2x12 here. So we'll have to add one more joist right exactly where these bolts are so that we can support the outside edge. We might be able to go just to the outside edge, but anyway, you got to figure out how to get your joist in right there. Here we can see what the other side looks like. There we go, sorry. There's your double 2x12 beam with a 2x12 joist hanging onto it. And that's how the other ones are, every 16 inches. They're hanging right on there. It may be easy to just, might be easy to just add 2 inches total, and then we'll have our last joist just on the outside of here. If we go, maybe we make these deck boards 84 inches, and then we'd be able to put our last joist on the outside of the giant bolt. I don't know. There are 2 locations where the place bends. They chopped up the deck boards to look like that. You may or may not want to do it exactly the same way. If you do any extra framing, if there's a rotten something anywhere or you have to rebuild anything, that's extra. I specifically told them we would be charging extra for that kind of extra framing. The whole deal is 511 boards, or 248 feet. It goes through one bend, then there's another straight set, and then there's another bend with another straight set toward the end. Just to let you know, there's 511 boards that I counted.